was skating.
I like it, I like it.
A lot of you guys that watch my channel should already be familiar with MHD Tuning. If you're not, they're a tuning solution for a lot of BMW engines like the N54, N55, S55, S63, B58. Anyways, us N54 guys have been begging for one feature for a very long time. And today, MHD finally gave it to us. And that feature is anti-lag. I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say thank you, MHD. I was legit just browsing my feed on Instagram, and then I came across this post right here. N54 MHD Plus with freaking Thanos hand. So awesome. Best part, they didn't just give us anti-lag. They gave us like 5 other updates as well, like map switching on the fly, CAN bus IO, reflex integration, flex fuel, and custom boost control. Come on. Are you guys sure we're in the month of July? Because it sure does feel like December 25th right now. When I first saw the post, I honestly felt like a little kid. And I'm sure that a lot of you N54 guys felt the same way. I can tell because the post that MHD posted both on their Facebook and Instagram page were blown the hell up by all types of comments. Well, mainly N55 guys that are also asking for the same feature that we've been asking for years. Yeah, good luck with that. And then I got quickly depressed because this right here, my 700 horsepower E90, would have been the perfect candidate for all the new features. But sadly, I blew the turbo, and it's gonna be a couple weeks before we get the car up and running. Single turbo, custom boost control, flex fuel, a noticeable amount of lag, which anti-lag would have been perfect for, because not everybody wants to go through their brakes. Would have been able to take advantage of custom map switching. The one thing that I am missing is motive reflex, which pairs very well with all the features that MHD just gave us, which is definitely in the future for this car. And I got to get my hands on one. Luckily for us, we have Ali's turd right here, which I think could be a very good guinea pig. What do you think?
For the most part.
He's missing some of the things that I have on this car, but I'm sure we can make the best out of it. Since I'm probably going to get a lot of questions asking about this build for those of you guys who are new to the channel, Ali will quickly give us a breakdown so we know what car we're dealing with the new features.
GS 17T 335, obviously full bolt-on, E40 tune. It does have port injection manifold, but it's not enabled yet because I don't have reflex. But otherwise, you know, charge pipe, downpipe, inlets, outlets, all the good stuff. VRSF intercooler. Car makes 600 horsepower.
Holy crap.
Custom tuned by JSR.
Do you think that the twin turbo upgrades benefit from anti-lag? I think that's a big question, because I think it would have made a huge difference here.
I think it's more beneficial for single turbo cars because I hit boost like, you know, instantly. So I guess they spool a little bit slower than stock, but if you compare it to that, it's like apples and oranges, because that spools at like 4,000 or whatever. Yeah. This gets spooled at like 25 to 3,000 RPM, and I'm spinning like wheels like crazy.
True. You get all that torque just immediately.
Yeah, it's all up front.
Okay, so we'll give it a shot, and most importantly, show you guys how to use it. I know a lot of you guys are going to probably mention that these features, or some of these features, are available on other platforms. Yes, they are, with a little bit of a twist. There are custom setups, and there's other actual like devices that allow your car to do this. But with this particular one with MHD, it allows the DME to control a lot of it, meaning you'll have the platform's fail-safes to help protect your engine. And this is why I didn't use any other company's anti-lag and similar features like that. If you guys already have MHD, just go to the Apple Store or Android Store and make sure that you have the application fully updated. If you guys are new to MHD, you'll need 3 things. You need to download the application, get a wireless adapter like this one, which we sell on our website, vehiclevirals.com. We have plenty in stock and ready to ship. And then you'll have to buy a tuning license which you can get directly through the app. Then you'll open up MHD here. You'll make sure that you're logged in, which we are. So since we have a custom tune, we'll go to Flash Custom App. This is the last tune that Ali used on his 335. You get the screen right here. Weird enough, it says long right. I'm guessing because of all the new features that need to be baked onto the DME. Then when you go to options, which is normally the menu where you can add burbles and launch control and stuff like that, we do have new options here. So we have ECA preset, activate anti-lag, which is the one that we're really here for. We'll activate it. and it shows boost control target, which is pretty cool. I guess you have a little slider here. Yeah, so you have a target of 12 psi. I think this is based off your specific setup, because boost target 15 psi, so that's as much as you're able to build up. I wonder if this number would change for a single turbo setup. Then you have block MHD plus controls right here, so you can allow it or not allow it. And I think the rest of the stuff is all controlled through the monitor tab, for like flex fuel, boost control, and stuff like that. Just gonna go ahead and flash it. It's probably gonna take like 10 minutes or so, just because it's a long write. Normally when you have that specific tune already on the DME, it's supposed to take like 2 minutes or less, but I'm guessing because of the new features, it's gonna take a bit longer. The cool thing about having that wireless adapter is, as you guys can see, the adapter is over there. The tablet's right here. There's no wires, nothing getting in the way, and this is actually a lot faster. Like the flashing time is actually much faster with the wireless adapter. While we're still waiting for the flash, let me give you guys a quick, I guess, tutorial on how to use anti-lag. First of all, you want to make sure that the engine is up to temperature, guys. I mean, that should be common sense for every car. Make sure a car is up to temperature, and then you're either going to use the volume down here or the cruise control stalk. If you have cruise control, you have to pull it. You have to hold that down, right? Dsc Traction Control, you want to make sure you have it fully off, or I think the middle position. I don't think it works with traction on for obvious reasons. And then you're slowly going to get into the throttle, gradually go up. Once you build the desired boost, you just let go of either the button or the stalk that you were pulling forward, and fun. So as far as map switching, it's not available for OTS maps yet. They're working on that update. It only works for custom maps at the moment. So if, let's say you have a 93 tune and an E85 tune, you can switch back and forth without having to reflash the car, which is very, very convenient, guys. I know a lot of you guys have been in a situation where you're so far from an E85 pump gas station and you don't really have any other choice but to flash to a 93 map and then obviously do it that way. But this way is a lot more convenient, and you have control literally with your fingertips. So you would use the down for the volume, down for the channel, and you're gonna hold it down for 2 seconds. Either that, or you can hold the button that's here in the cruise control for 2 seconds, and you should have the engine light flashing, and then the RPM will start indicating which map you're on. And either you use the channel up or channel down to switch maps, or you would use the stalk for the cruise control up and down to switch maps. And whenever you want to exit that mode, you just have to hold the down button here for 2 seconds, or the button here under cruise control, and that's it. You're out of map switching mode. I guess I'll quickly explain what anti-lag is, because I just assume that most of you guys know what it is. With turbocharged cars, primarily single turbo cars, you have a little bit of lag when you floor the car. There's a lag between the moment you floor the car and the moment it picks up full boost. Single turbo guys, if you're ever doing like a 40-mile-per-hour roll race with somebody else, you guys know what I'm talking about. It doesn't react immediately. Smaller turbos help, bigger turbos make it worse. With anti-lag, the idea is you build boost, that way the minute you floor it, you take off like a rocket ship. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen like these GTE Supras in the past just taking off on the highway super fast. They either brake boost, which you're going to sacrifice your brakes long term doing that, or you have some sort of an anti-lag system that eliminates that lag that you normally get when you floor the car. By the way, this is a terrible idea. The floor is wet. Show them the launch control. This is the life of a BMW owner. Christmas trees. Did it work?
No.
Did it work?
I think so. That's kind of whack. I'm sorry.
What the hell? Was that anti-lag or no anti-lag?
That was no anti-lag. Second gear, it gives up all the beats in the world. No anti-lag.
So it's the next day and we're back at the shop. Anti-lag yesterday was kind of giving us some difficulty. I don't think it was working very well, and a lot of users reported the same exact thing. Like, it wasn't building enough boost. It didn't seem that aggressive, and for whatever reason, the car would accelerate forward while you activated anti-lag. It wouldn't hold the car's speed, which MHD just put out an update for, so we're gonna reflash the car and see if it makes it better. Another issue that Ali kind of brought up to me yesterday while we were driving, I didn't really think about it too much until I started seeing a lot of people complaining about the same thing on Facebook and on Instagram, was when you let off the gas, the car just wants to inch forward, almost like the car's engine braking, something like that. It wasn't behind the wheel, so I can't really explain to you guys how that felt. But I guess the guys with automatic transmissions are experiencing like clunking noise and stuff like that when you let off. Also, the blow-off valve is a little bit louder than it used to be on this car, and some people have reported that the burbles sound a little bit different too with the updated flash. So here's the update that MHD put out last night from app version 3 to 3.01. It fixes a small bug with the anti-lag flash option ignition timing. Acceleration during use should have been lessened. They also have another small update at the bottom. If you're using Motive Reflex install, you can't just flash the option and expect it to work. You have to follow the instructions that Motive posted on their page, where you have to wire some stuff and get an updated tune from your tuner. So we're reflashing the car now with the update. Once it's done, we'll go for a drive and we'll see how it works this time. I'm gonna have Ali let off with the gas to see if it still does it with the update, where it feels like the car's engine braking really damn hard. Go ahead and do it.
It usually, like before the update, it never did that because it continued to roll. We actually have an automatic car at the shop, and it does the exact same thing, but it's a little bit harsher than manual, I think, where you let off the throttle and it almost feels like you're gonna like kiss the windshield because the force is like really hard.
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, I mean, we read it online last night that there's multiple people that had the same issue, so it's gotta be the update.
Yeah.
Because like, I give it partial throttle.
Yeah, it's almost like it hits a brick wall a little bit.
And
I wonder if that's making the blow-off valve sound louder.
I don't know. The blow-off valve is like way too loud. Like it's like times 3 louder than what it was, and it makes that fluttering noise now too. Before it was just like, psh, now it's like.
I'm not entirely sure if that's intentional from MHD, the whole transmission thing where it just kind of bogs down, it just slows down so fast, and the loud blow-off valve and stuff like that, or maybe there's just a couple of bugs that have to be, you know, ironed out. It is a relatively new update, and I'm sure they're going to make a few revisions based on the feedback they get from all of us.
Still not saucy.
Did it work?
I think it did, yeah.
Alright, so there's a 12-second cooldown between the uses, so we can't do it again for another 12 seconds. I'll monitor the tablet here just to see how much he's building before he actually lets go of it. So you built about 16 pounds.
Alright, well, let's try it without it now.
Try without it.
Yeah, it feels better. It feels better than yesterday.
I think you just have to do it precisely, like the right way.
Well, I'm just saying the way that it just feels better than yesterday. But
is it holding the speed now?
It's not really holding the speed yet. So I'll try to do it no anti-lag. It literally puts you in the seat.
Well, I kept having to chase this tablet around. It kept sliding everywhere. He's gonna go ahead and brake boost, and we'll see how much he can get here.
Ready? That felt nice.
Okay, so I think I might have found the issue.
What?
So when you did anti-lag, you built 16 psi. When we did brake boost, you built 20 psi.
Exactly.
We're gonna try Antilag one more time and just see how much boost you can build, just to make sure that we're doing it the right way.
That's slow. That's slow as.
Guess how much boost you built?
15.
Actually, it was around 14, 15, yeah. We're gonna do a first gear pull because, you know, why not? Dude, the car was skating.
I like it, I like it.
I love those R888s though, man. 295 square. What? That's all nice. That's all nice. All right, so we're back. Same day, later on in the day, just as I was editing the video to release it to you guys, MHD released a new update. Instead of 3.01, now it's 3.02. And I think it's just fair for us to try that out before we release the video with the opinions that we've given you guys so far. So, I guess third time's a charm. We'll see if this update irons out a lot of the stuff that we were talking about earlier. The first thing we want to test is to see if it has that slowdown that we were getting before, the whole transmission bog thing that people were talking about. Do you feel that?
That's bad. Like that's like, it feels like the throttle closure is like 0 and then 100%. It's not as bad, but low speeds it's very bad.
So you can feel it more on low speeds.
Yeah. And also I think I would say that I'm a pretty good driver, and I feel like I don't know how to drive this car now. Because first, second, third gear, it was especially taking off.
It's still present though?
It's present, but it's not as bad and like higher speeds.
Okay, so it's a low speed-ish. So something really weird is happening as well, where we actually disabled the burbles when we reflashed the new update, and the burbles are still present. It's like they're baked onto the ECU now. You can't remove it. You got burbles no matter what. Not sure if that's a bug as well.
It's not bad. It's just,
no, it doesn't sound bad.
Yeah, it's just there.
But it's just there. Kind of reminds me of when I did boot mod on the M5. I selected no burbles and I still have burbles baked into the tune. Not sure what's going on there. E85 time, baby.
Time to get shafted.
This guy seriously needs to get full E85 because the inconvenience of putting E85 because he's on an E40 and then going over there to do 93, that sucks. Okay, that actually sounded like it worked better.
I give him that. It works better.
It worked better. It actually held your speed a little bit, didn't it?
It did.
By the way, you built 17.4 pounds of boost, so it's marginally better than before. That was like 14, 15.
That was third gear.
We're gonna try it again, but you gotta cool down 12 seconds. Let's try second gear now. That was much saucier, bro.
Yeah. What's the boost though?
17.4. That's where it caps out at.
Yeah.
So you're not quite getting 20 pounds like you were doing when you brake boosted, but you're at 17.4, which is way better than the 15.
It felt a lot better. I'll give him that.
But I still think there's a little bit of, I still think there's more room for improvement though.
It needs some sauciness.
Just a little bit more, just a tiny bit more. That felt good though, and you can actually hear the car sound different.
Well, that's what I was saying. When you do on V58s, you just hold the buttons the same way. You press the gas, your exhaust gets like a lot louder.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
We'll do one more. Good news. 18.2 pounds of boost. Are you not holding it long enough?
You might be able to build more if you hold it for an extra second.
Well, it says it has what, 5 second?
It's a 5 second max window,
max?
yeah.
So
but you're only doing like 2-3 seconds.
I guess I'll hold it for 5.
I would hold it, yeah. Just hold it a little bit. Alright, that's a little bit more promising. Definitely a little bit more promising. Much saucier than the previous 3.01 and 3. What?
This would benefit a single turbo car way more.
Yeah, definitely, because the twins, they spool up pretty fast. The single turbo is the one with the lag, so I'm sure. Damn it, I'm so mad that the E90 is not working right now, because I would so go try it out. Because that's the car that would really benefit, especially when you're doing 40 or 60 mile per hour roll races with other people. You let it go at the same time, didn't you?
I held it longer.
Okay, well you got 18.2 again. It doesn't seem to move past that. All right, this is our last time trying it out. So Ali actually held it a little bit longer this time, like a second or two. We couldn't get past 18.2, 18.3. Seems like that's where it was capped out, which is miles better than the previous updates. So definitely a lot more saucy. I think he peak boosted. I would have to look at the log. It was like 20 pounds, so it's pretty close to that. And I'm guessing that it's dependent on the tune that you have. So if you're running this on a single turbo that makes peak boost of 29 PSI, then maybe you can get closer to that number. He's trying to do anti-lag with launch control. Let's see what happens. I would say... I'm sure you spit flames there.
What the f was that?
Anti-lag.
If you guys own an N54 and updated the new MHD features and used anti-lag, I'm very curious to know if you guys had a similar experience to what we had. Of course, with the version 3.02, which is, I guess, the best version so far. Let me know down in the comment section below. This is a brand new update, so I was expecting a little bit of bugs. I'm sure MHD will take care of that eventually. The whole slow down thing is very weird. I hope they address that, because I know a lot of automatic transmission guys were having issues with that. And as far as the rest of the features, the moment that this car is back up and running and we have the new turbo installed, we'll do a full review on all the features and use anti-lag, because of course this is a single turbo car which really benefits from that feature. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you guys don't miss out on that update, and make sure to hit the like button. It really does help out the channel. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time.